Thank you everybody for attending or for watching today. My name is, you know who I am. I hope you do. Today I have Dariany Santana with me. She is the host of Wags to Witches, Wags to Riches. Try to say that 10 times fast.
Don't feel bad. I said it wrong a million times.
But it is on A Million Stories Media. It's on their website, on their YouTube page. It's a fun show about how people are basically doing startups with animals and basically starting their own business. It's something that you wouldn't think of. But before we get into that, because it's basically like I said, the show is about people having an idea about how to start a business with their pet or with an animal. But before we get into that, can we hear a little bit about you and how you started, and then how you got connected to Wags to Riches? There we go.
Yeah. So I've been a TV host since I was like 24. And I've done everything. I've interviewed everybody and their grandma. I've hosted shows. I do a bunch of stuff in the food space, particularly because I also co-own a Cuban restaurant. Um, So when this idea came to mind, when they were looking for a host, they wanted someone who was ideally an entrepreneur, because this show, Wags to Riches, Wags. Yes. Now you got me in my head about how to say it. Wags to Riches is a show about animal entrepreneurs. So they ideally wanted somebody that was an entrepreneur. So I checked that box as a restaurant owner. And then they wanted someone who was just fun and a good time and loved animals. So that was very, very easy, because the show is not only about the animal entrepreneurs, but I'm doing a lot of stuff with all the different animals. So yeah, that was it. It was like, yeah, you're great. And I was like, this is great, because I really want to do this job. It sounds like so much fun. And it truly, truly was.
It is, and from what I've watched the first 3 episodes, and I see it I see it come through in you, like with just your interaction with the people and your interaction with the animals. I mean, it's how can you not have fun? Work taking pictures of a pig, or or what's the or trying to draw a painting of the rooster, which I think right now is one of my favorites. I gotta watch the rest when they come out, because that was just like mind blowing. How she did that, the drawing. And if you
Yeah.
have, when you watch this episode, you understand what we're saying.
Yeah. Well, the episode he's referencing is episode 3, and it's me and someone who does speed painting. And I'm sure you guys have seen this before. It's like a 10-minute painting. I don't want to give away too much, but Homegirl's amazing. Her story's amazing. That's the thing what's really dope about this too, is yes, it's really, really fun. I mean, you love animals. You love seeing cute animals. I do. But the actual entrepreneurs have such good inspirational stories. Like every single day that I was on set, I was inspired. But this particular person, I don't want to give away too much, but she overcame cancer and pretty much was like, listen, I got to quit my job. I can't keep doing what I don't, something that doesn't fully fulfill me. And that's how she started speed painting. And in doing so, she also has raised over $1 million for charity. So she's a very, very dope human. And then I got to hang out with chickens, because we got to paint a rooster. So that was just fun for me.
Yeah, and it's like I said, each one of them has a unique story on how they started their business, which is awesome. And it's also too, like, for anybody that's watching this, that's thinking about, you might have some idea that you might think it's ridiculous, but you never know unless you try. And a lot of these, like the casting agent, she went from finance, like from a finance, to doing this, which it was just strange. I mean, how do you quit a business like in that type of a career and then start casting animals into movies?
Yeah. So you're of course referencing episode 2, where it was me and the biggest animal agency. They have animal influencers, and they put animals in movies and stuff. She worked in finance, like you said. But what's crazy is when you're around her, you know that she is living in her truth and in her purpose. Like, she is just so effortless with animals. It was just so beautiful to witness. When you guys see the episode, she's amazing. She just had a baby, and her pregnancy pictures was her with a bunch of animals. Literally one of the greatest pregnancy photo shoots I've ever seen. Because those can get real cheesy really easy, but not hers. She had one. Oh, she had one of the kangaroo. Anyway, but it really is amazing. That's just one person, but a lot of these other entrepreneurs too were doing jobs that were not at all related to the jobs they have now, but they're thriving. And that's why I said that every single day that I was on set, I was so inspired because I was like, you've made a living with guinea pigs. Who am I to say I can't do whatever I want? You literally are killing it and you shave alpacas. Like the sky is truly the limit. And these people's stories were just, they're so dope. And they've also were just like such wonderful humans. It was so great.
Yeah, and then, like I said, it all just comes out like while you're watching it. I mean, all these people's personalities, your personality, it all just like shines, and it's fun to watch. And it's not something like, oh, I gotta watch something about animals. But no, when you're watching this, you're like, you start thinking about, man, maybe I could have done that. You know, there's a lot of these things that it could have been something you could have started, but you would have thought of, no one's gonna get into this. And look at where these people are. And that's what the great thing about these shows are, is that they show that if, as long as you have an idea and that drive, you know, you can accomplish anything. And then, I mean, there's 13 episodes. Like I said, I've only watched 3 of them, so I can't wait to see what the rest have. But when you got signed on to this, did you get like, did they tell you what each episode was about beforehand, or once you get there, this is what you're gonna do today?
So when I signed on, no, they, kind of gave us some ideas. Like they were like, oh, we'll probably do like goat yoga or, kind of in the ballpark. But remember, this show was not exactly the easiest show to make happen. First of all, we shot it in a pandemic, so that always makes everything more stressful. But it's all like pending on people's availabilities and, legalities. Like, we wanted to do an episode with wolves, but, apparently our insurance was like, that's not happening. So I had a bit of an idea. Then as we got closer to actually shooting it, I specifically wanted to know because you'll notice as the episodes go on, all of my outfits match the theme of the show. I was very adamant about that. So
Right.
yeah, I knew a little before what I was getting myself into.
Because I did notice in the last one, with the painting, like you had like these white boots on, and I'm like, isn't she worried about like where she's stepping with
I
those
was,
boots?
I was worried, but I also very much wanted to wear those white boots. And in the dog episode, the dog audition show, I have little dogs all over my shirt. Yes, I'm not gonna lie, I did the styling for this show, which I don't typically do, but I was happy I did
Uh,
because it was very, very fun. I had to get rid of some cat shirts because I was starting to look a crazy cat lady. I was like, this is way too many cat shirts for a person to own.
well, you never. I have like over 50 Star Wars shirts, so it's, I'm not here to judge. Um, yeah, I think one of the main things that I like again about this show is how, any idea that you have can be something. Was there one of these like episodes that you thought like, how is this, making money? I guess you could say in a way, or how is this something that wasn't thought of before?
Um, there's a bunch. One of them in particular that I was like, that I thought was crazy was the goat yoga place. I don't know if you've ever done goat yoga or know what it is, but it's yoga with
I've
goats.
seen like, yeah.
Yeah. But so this lady, she has 4 goats that live with her. They're wonderful. She's wonderful. But they're called Party Goats LA. And people literally will rent a goat for a party, like just like a casual retirement party. You just have a goat, or like a bat mitzvah. You just have a goat. And it seems silly, but then you put yourself there and you're like, that's a good conversation starter. I want to go pet a goat. So that was definitely an interesting one. Geez, like you said, I did 13 episodes. I don't even, it's like a blur at this point. One episode that was like so dope was, you'll see it. I think it's like episode 7, but it's a family of sheep shearers. It's like generational sheep shearing.
Okay.
Really great story, just really great story because it's generational, and the dad's daughter is now doing it too. And she's like the first female sheep shearer. So it's just a beautiful story. And now, to keep up with the times, they also shear alpacas, because I don't know if you know this, but alpacas have become more popular. So I won't say much, but I did get to shear an alpaca.
Okay. And I know in the chicken episode, you didn't like make a face about alpacas. You have like a fear of them, or you just
No,
share?
those were emus, because emus are
Oh,
just stink for some reason. They're just not friendly. But no,
Okay,
I don't have a
that's
problem
good.
with alpacas. Emus just it's a little weird. They're just, I don't know. They had a weird vibe about them. I was like, relax. I'm not painting you. I'm here for the chickens, not for you.
Yeah. Did after doing that painting episode, did you want to like continue like painting? Was it something that you would like to come trying, or at least trying to get to that level, or just for fun? I
No,
guess you could say.
no, absolutely not. No, if you saw it, so you saw it didn't do a very good job. So it was more of a like, you guys, you do this so well. I'm just gonna let you have that moment.
But it's yours still came out pretty awesome. It still came out pretty
Thank
good.
you.
And then you did do the call with your dad at the end, sharing the picture of the chicken, which is kind of nice, kind of
Yes.
sentimental.
Yeah, my parents always end up being a part of my shows. Always. Like in some non-planned way. It's not my parents' first time ending up on TV.
Uh, and then that's great. I mean, and then can you tell us a little bit about the chicken and then your father?
My chicken, sure. So well, we're living in the suburbs in New Jersey. My dad likes to rescue animals. So one day he came home with a chicken that apparently was crossing the street and he had to save. So it was my dad's chicken for a bit, but it kept running away. Until one day it like finally her name was Lupita because when we first got her, she sat on a magazine we had with Lupita Nyong'o on the cover. So then I was like, okay, whatever, your name is Lupita. And then my dad was like, I'm gonna keep her because she's such a great chicken. She'll be my therapy chicken. That's not a thing. He should just go to therapy, but that's a whole other conversation. And he just loved this chicken. But the thing is chickens just poop. That's all they do. So he was just making a mess. Anyway, whatever. The chicken indefinitely ran away and we never saw her again. And I feel bad because Lupita was a nice chicken. She didn't get along with my dog though.
Well, that sounds like a story there. The dog and the chicken.
Yeah, Tuti and Lupita did not get along. It wasn't Tuti's fault. It was Lupita. Anyway. It was a
Well,
fun
I want
chapter.
to thank you. Yeah, but it could be something that you could write about later, and then we can learn more about that. And then it could be, who knows, another new show
Oh
that we
no,
could all
it'll
watch.
it'll be a part of a scripted show that I'm writing about my family for sure.
Nice, nice. If anybody, for anyone that's watching, if they want to follow you, what are you want to share, like your social handles with them?
Sure. You can follow me on Instagram or TikTok at Dariany Santana, and watch the show. Like you said, it's on Million Stories Media. You can go on YouTube, a Million Stories. Just type in Wags to Riches, and you'll see there's 13 episodes. And listen, the first 3 that came out are good, but they genuinely get progressively better and more fun, and also informative because you do get to learn from these amazing entrepreneurs.
Yes, yes, you do. And again, thank you for your time today. Again, it's Wags to Riches, not Rags. Say that 10 times fast if you can. And thank you very much for your time today. And I can't wait to the rest of the episodes. So thank you.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thank you.